Today, you notice I have my Yamaha hat. A little bit about Yamaha. Everywhere I go with this hat, especially like concerts, people are like, oh man, Yamaha, yeah, I got the keyboard, or I got this instrument, and I'm thinking, yeah, okay, I get you. I got this at the Honda shop or Yamaha Honda shop. But if you notice, like Yamaha did make musical instruments prior to making motorcycles and all that. And if you notice, their symbol is tuning forks, right? They're all crisscross tuning forks. So that's the symbol. Anyway, just a little history of Yamaha. All right, speaking of Yamahas, we're going to be working on this one today because I got something real special after the intro.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no, man, I still go. Go, 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 go.
Yeah, so finally, I've had this bike now it's a 2021. I've had it for about a little over a year and a half. And this bike, it's just been amazing. Anybody that's ridden an MT-07 knows exactly how fun they are. The torque, as a matter of fact, the T in MT, I believe, stands for torque. It is an 07 or 700cc motorcycle. It's a wheelie monster. I mean, if you get on this bike, you got to be careful because that front end will come up so quick. The thing's like 409 pounds wet, and so yeah, it's a good bike. Like I said, it's torquey. But the whole time I've had it, I've never done anything about the exhaust, and it does sound real wimpy. And anybody that rides knows, like, the old saying, loud pipes save lives. Well, this thing is far from saving any lives because it's super weak. So enter the Akrapovic exhaust. I did do some research trying to find out what are the preferred, what people prefer on exhaust, and this one kept coming up. I got down to where it was between this or a Yoshi. I reached out to a YouTuber on his live stream and just kind of asked him what he thought, and he also picked this. That'd be Life of Birch. He's right around the corner in Maryland. I have to give him some crap though, because I told him he should try coming over here to Delaware and doing a ride, and he said I have no interest in going to Delaware. So you know what? Screw you too.
Joe's making me do something I swore I would never do. Care about what happens in Delaware.
No. Screw you, Stephen Colbert. No, I'm just kidding. Come over sometime. You'll enjoy a ride. All right. Well, I'm going to get started on this, but first I want to do a sound check on this thing and just kind of show you what it's like before, what it's going to be like after. Then I'm going to go out and run it and just see if I feel any improvements. Honestly, I'm just about the sound on this thing and making it sound better, and I'm sure it's going to run a little bit better. It's almost guaranteed improvements on performance. But so again, probably not too worried about that, but let's get started. Okay, to save time, I've gone ahead and unboxed everything, and this is pretty much the kit. Now, I did purchase this through Sport Bike Track Gear. They're based out of Shelby Township, Michigan. It seems like a little bit maybe a smaller company, but when I looked up this particular exhaust that I wanted to buy, when I finally decided on it, it was the best price, and I mean by like almost $50. Cheaper than Revzilla, cheaper than Cycle Gear, and some of those companies I have never dealt with before. So this is kind of new. I generally go to the dealership to buy like some gloves or a jacket or whatever. Try to support my local dealership. At the same time, like with helmets, I'll go online. I have my Shoei. I've had that for years actually. I'm ready for a new one, and that's gonna benefit this company right here because I'm really happy with them. But I'm going to back up a little bit because I'll talk a little bit about Revzilla and the other companies that are out there. Yeah, so when I looked this up, I went to Revzilla. They had the product. It was it was a bit pricier. Like I said, it's about $50 more than this company. But when I went in to make my purchase, they said, oh, it's your first purchase. We're going to send you a 15% off code. And I thought, oh, man, that's perfect. 15% off of this amount of money made it cheaper than this company. So I went in, got everything done, put in my payment information, and I said, hey, my discount's not applied. I put in the code, and it said, does not apply to this product. So there's only certain products you're going to get that 15%. Which is kind of cheesy because I guess maybe I didn't read the small print, some doesn't apply to some products. Same thing with Cycle Gear. I went there, tried to purchase it, went in, they give you a discount as well. Doesn't apply to that product. So I ended up coming back to this company and very satisfied, considering it's way cheaper than the others. And we're going to have this relationship for a while, because I'm going to be buying. I have several motorcycles. I've been motorcycling for a long time. Like I said, I don't buy a whole lot of gear. I've done some things to this. Most of the improvements I've done on the bike that I mentioned have been done through stuff through Amazon. I've researched through Amazon, find the better product, and usually just pop that on there. But when it came to my exhaust, you can't buy this on Amazon. This is a higher end exhaust. I did look at Amazon. I did consider an exhaust on there, and it was only about $100 cheaper than this. And it wasn't this brand. This one comes the highest recommended. Okay, so this is going to be the stock sound before. Well, there's the old one, and this thing is a big old hunk of heavy metal. So the bike's definitely going to be quite a bit lighter, but it is complete. And it only took me about 2 hours. Should have been about an hour 15 tops, but I ran into some problems. Yeah, the fitment of these things, that you definitely have to spend some time moving around. One of the issues I had, though, was because of my radiator cover, it hit the factory headers and they wouldn't drop without removing, kind of getting the whole radiator had to kind of be moved a little bit. But once I got that done, and then I was missing a part. It was in, I had to call the seller and find out it was that adapter for the EGR. But yeah, once I got that in there and situated, and then this was kind of a bear to get lined up, but it is done and it's tightened up. So I'm just going to give it a try and crank it up. I am impressed. That thing sounds absolutely amazing. I wish I had done this a long time ago. I don't know what took me so long. Maybe because it's expensive. And I was actually getting ready to sell this bike. I was looking at selling this bike and selling the Goldwing and getting something like the Kawasaki 1000 SX, kind of a sport touring bike. So it would kind of be 2 in 1. I need to free up space around here. I've got way too many vehicles clogging up, but I decided it just wasn't cost effective. Now's not a good time to sell anything, so I figured I'll just make this kind of the way I want it. Who knows, maybe I'll still sell it down the road or in the near future. But yeah, well, let's take it for a ride. Well, I do have to say, this thing, just even riding it, is much throatier. It just has a much better rumble to it. It's freed up quite a bit. But yeah, I'm quite enjoying it. But let's get on it and see how it is. Woo! It definitely, you know, the bike is just quick and all together. It's just torquey, it pulls, but I don't feel a huge difference. I mean, the front wheel, you always feel it wanting to lift up a little bit, but I don't feel like any kind of performance increase. But definitely the sound, that is new. And it's nice. Woo! Yeah, that's nice. Just got to keep it under 45 here. That's what we're doing, keeping it under 45. Oh, it's so nice though. All right, well, that's gonna wrap this one up. I've quite enjoyed sharing this with you. Maybe it'll, if you're looking for a new exhaust, I would definitely consider this company, and definitely consider STG Sport Bike Track Gear. Gotta wake up the neighbors. I can do that now. why this thing sounds so much better. It actually makes it more fun to ride. I mean, this is like, I look forward to getting out and opening it up. Woo! That is beautiful. Well, I can't say enough about it. This bike is like, it's like getting a new bike. It's a whole different bike, that's for sure. Woo, that's some bumps right there. But yeah, well, that's gonna wrap this one up, guys. I've enjoyed this. This is, you know, best install so far of all the stuff I put on here. This is probably the best. Well, obviously it's the most expensive too, but definitely one of the better. Woohoo! Yeah, one of the better additions. All right, before we go, we're gonna do a quick let her rip. Woohoo! Yeah, this thing rolls. And it sounds like it rolls now. That's the important thing. It sounds like it moves. All right. All right, catch you guys on the next one.